Hi, what I'm on with today is a bit of piano fixing. Not mine, but at work I put a piano in. This piano came from my works actually, my one. Uh, my one came from my works that they picked up on a collection of bulky waste. People getting rid of pianos, and I thought there's no way that you can get rid of this. It's beautiful, so I've kept this. But there was one before that I took into the workplace, and it's been there throughout the whole of the pandemic when I haven't been working there. I've been working from home, and I discovered when I went back there that somebody had vandalised it. Yeah, they'd broken off all the hammers. So these hammers here, they'd snapped off. They've reached in and actually willfully snapped off these hammers. I can't believe who would do a thing like that when there's something nice like an instrument there that they could learn to play or just appreciate it being there. But no, they have to damage it. So they've ruined it. So I thought about, shall I actually fix it? Can I actually be bothered doing that? Because it's like casting pearls before swine with some of them. But then I thought, no, it's not every one of them who's done that. It's just one person, and I'm not going to let them beat me. So I wondered at first, can I fix it at all? Because it's pretty major. And then what I decided to do, because I had these hammers. Now these hammers here are left over from they're left over from an old piano that we had that was just wrecked. So I decided to take bits off it that I might need in the future to repair mine. So I took all these hammers. This is the one that is in the piano that was damaged, that was vandalised, and as you can see, these are where they were snapped off, and they were snapped off there too. And what I've done is I've taken each hammer out. There's two screws on the hammers, one underneath you can see there. So if you take away that screw and just lift, there's like a carriage thing. I'll show you where this is the hammer from the old one. So that connects to like a flicker that flicks it, and so it has that action. It has it hits the string and then comes back. So if you take that away, that exposes just the hammer in this piece that you can then lift out. You can then unscrew. There's another screw in there, behind there, that will lift it out. So I've done that, and with each one I've drilled a hole to take the other hammers that are just slightly bigger. And I thought they wouldn't do it, but they're slightly bigger. But what you can do, as I've discovered, if you saw them down, you can lift them out and you can saw them down to the right height. So what I'm doing is that these are the ones I've replaced. You can see they're the different colours. And I've glued them. I've just used wood glue. Just using wood glue here. I've got a bit too much there, because I've decided to just start with these 5 and see how it goes. But yeah, I've put them in the hole that I've drilled, making sure that the hole's exactly the right distance, exactly the right gauge, and then I put the hammer in there. So hopefully it's now the same size. I'm trying to find the right size hammer on this, which came out of a bigger piano. That's from quite a small piano, but it was in immaculate condition when I brought it into the workplace. When they brought it in, it was perfect, and then over time people have like wrecked it and damaged it and done all sorts of things to it. But that is just, to willfully snap the hammers off, that is unbelievable to me. And this is the bag of bits that I collected from inside the piano when it got vandalised. So yeah. Oh no, that's a replacement. But these are, yeah, you can see the old, and that piano was quite a new one. It was in really good condition when it got brought into the workplace, and it's downstairs in a canteen area now where all the staff come in. But yeah, you can see they were pulled off, so they were just basically just broken off like that. So I've got a bag of bits there. There's this that I've got that's easy enough. That just glues on there. In fact, I might do that now. I pulled that off. They're quite easy to fall off. But what happens is this this will come forward when you press a key, and then it has sort of like a whiplash action, so it'll go back and then fall back a bit like that. And then and then when you release the key, the dampener goes on, so that will then knock the key off. The high notes don't have dampeners, but those are the dampeners. And when you put the sustain pedal, that pulls all the dampeners back. So that action there. So I'm pushing where the sustain pedal will be connected to via like a stave going up. So you press that sustain pedal and that'll knock all the dampeners off. So that will give you the sustained sound. And then when you put them back on, it'll knock it off. That's how the sustain pedal works. But yeah, so put that dampener back on, and then it looks like we're getting there. So I'm going to carry on with this at this episode of fixing them. You see, it just has to have that sort of action. So it's just really like repairing one broken hammer, which I've done in the past, but just doing it 12 times. There are 12 that's missing. So as you notice as well, these hammers are at an angle. So these are kind of at an angle. So you have to get the right angle. But these are, the dowels go straight up, and then the heads are at a sort of angle. So it can hit the string. If you see the string coming there, you imagine the string going up. I can't show you because I've got this on top of my piano. But that'll go, so it just hits the wires that are at an angle. So if you imagine the wires are like that. So what I'm doing is I'm just sawing these off. I'm just sawing off the hammers from the old set of hammers, and then putting it in there, and then working out with the measure what I need to cut it down by. Cutting it down, putting glue on it, and bunging it in, as simple as that. The only reason I can see it not working is if these hammers catch for whatever reason. I can imagine they may catch the neighbouring hammer because they're at quite set distances. But I'll carry on, and I can always just, if there's any that are wrong, I can just move them or put some sandpaper in to sand them down where they're catching, things like that. So I'm going to give that a go, and when I'm back at work, I'm not going to say a thing. I'm not going to tell them what I've done. I'm just going to put it back, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to screw down the lid, because you can imagine the lid up like that at work. I'm going to screw it down so that they can't, because I'm not doing all this work and then the same person comes along again, whips it out and vandalises it again. They could still pull the keys off. I know they could still damage the keys, but I can't do anything about that. But I'm not going to be beaten. I'm going to fix it, and then they can have the benefit of it as well. Okay, bye.